Okay, let's get ready. Good morning, good morning. We have now 15 people. Good morning, everybody. Are we ready for our review and our evaluation for today? Yay. Good morning, babies. Yes, good morning. Excelente. Are we gonna need our book? Well, it could be of extra help, right? Remember that this is only a review. We are not going to work on the book's exercises, right? Because we are just going to see some extra examples and maybe some short exercises to practice and to get ready for the evaluation. So if you need maybe your notebook, so if you want to take notes, or if you want to add something that is not in your book, it will be great. Okay, you can use your book or your notebook if necessary. Also remember that you must be ready for questions, right, doubts, and remember that the evaluation is at 1 p.m. and we are going to close the evaluation at 2. Only for the students there are exceptions, but they know who they are. And we are closing the evaluation at 2 p.m. So we have to be really ready for that time to solve our exam and try to remember everything from the review. Also, another thing, if you answer the exam 2 or 3 times, only the first time counts. Okay, so you can answer it 6 times if you want, but the evaluation will only count the first time, and that is going to be your grade, right? So you don't have to do it more than once. Okay, sweeties, here we are, and let's begin. Let me just do 2 things. Let me see over here. And we are going to silence our microphones just in case. Okay, here we are. Remember that I need your participation so we can do this faster, right? It's going to be very practical, and we are going to do it fluently, but I need your help. Okay, here we are. Let's see. Let's open our presentation. Here we are. Full screen. Maybe you can help me by sending me messages if you can see the presentation perfectly well. Please help me over here. Yes, yes. Thank you, Genesis and Avila, Miss Canny Salas. Thank you very much. Okay, let's begin then. Welcome to our grammar review for today. And we are going to see some exercises and examples and extra information about the topics that we already know, and they are going to be in our evaluation for today. So let's begin. Okay, first of all, we are going to remember, okay, our topic of pronouns. They are pretty easy, and we just need to remember some categories and how to use them. We have pronouns, subject pronouns, object pronouns, possessives, reflexive, and reciprocal pronouns. Let's remember our subject pronouns: I, you, he, she, it, they, and we. When do we use a pronoun? When we want to, we use it when we want to change the name of a person, we use a pronoun, okay? Remember that the pronoun takes the place of a noun. So if we say Sophia, we can use a subject pronoun instead of Sophia, and we can use she. Object pronouns: me, you, him, her, it, us, them. They throw it to me. Okay, I receive the action. I'm not doing it because I throw the ball, but they throw it to me. So the object pronoun is when we receive the action, we don't do the action, okay? Then we have our possessives with a determiner plus a noun. My, your, his, her, its, our, their, plus the noun. My ball, your car, his book. Okay, possessive determiners plus a noun. Then we have our possessive by itself. Mine, yours, his, hers, ours, and theirs. Okay, the car is mine. Is reflecting a possession. Okay, whose car is it? Mine. Okay, excellent. Let's see now a pronoun that is reflexive. It is like looking at a mirror. We look at the mirror and the action reflects to me, right? I talked to myself, right? So I talk, but I did it to myself. So it's like an image in front of a mirror. The thing that we're doing is going to be done back to me, right? So myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, and themselves. And finally, the reciprocal pronouns that we must not forget. Okay, pay attention over here. We must not forget the reciprocals. They are very important. We have each other and one another. Okay, here the action is going to be done to other people. Okay, and they do it to me as well. So each other and one another. Reciprocal pronouns. Don't forget. Okay, let's continue. Next chart. Okay, I want your help, please. Let's start reading. We can read really fast so we can move on faster. Um, Volunteers who can help me to read so we can do it fast. You read one, I read the other one. So I need someone to read letter A and then I'll read B. Thank you, Miss Avila. Let's start reading.
Use subject pronouns to replace nouns in the subject position. Alison wants to be more fit. She's taking an exercise.
Excellent. Thank you, Miss Avila. Okay, subject pronouns instead of a noun. Allison, instead of Allison, she. Let's see, I'm going to read letter B. Use object pronouns to replace nouns in the object position. Sarah loves exercise classes. So we are going to replace the noun exercise classes and we are going to use an object pronoun, okay? She takes them 3 times. Sarah loves exercise classes. She takes them 3 times. What do they take? Does she take? Exercise classes. Them. Okay, let's see letter C. Who wants to help me with letter C? Do I have volunteers or what I can do maybe faster is that I'm going to choose someone, right? So you can help me. Oh, we have here someone who wants to read. Okay, Miss Danielita Vargas, help me please.
Use a possessive pronoun to replace a possessive determiner, plus singular or plural noun. The possessive pronoun agrees with the subject that it replaces. My exercise class is at night. Hers is on the weekend. Hers equals her exercise class. Amy's classes meet in the afternoon. His meet in the morning. His equals his classes.
Excellent, thank you very much. Letter D, use reflexive pronouns when the object of the sentence is the same as the subject. Use them in the object position. I taught myself to speak Japanese. Here we have our reflexive pronoun, myself, okay? It says the object of the sentence is the same as the subject. Okay, if I said I, we must use myself. We cannot use herself or themselves. It has to be the same as the subject, and the subject is I. Okay, excellent. Let's continue. Let's move on. Let's see the next chart over here. Okay, another volunteer to read E. We are going to read letter E. Do I have a volunteer? Okay, let me choose someone so we can move faster. Miss Guerra, can you help me? Andreita, please.
Use by plus a reflexive pronoun to mean alone or without any help. My son can ride a bike by himself. He does not need any help.
Excellent.
Lara works by herself. She works out alone.
Very good job. Excellent. So we are going to use by when we are working with reflexive pronouns. Okay, use by. And it says that it means alone or without any help. Okay, you talk to yourself. So you don't need anybody to talk with. You can do it on your own, right? Maybe you are thinking in a deep thought. Maybe you are concentrated in something and you talk to yourself. So you can use by, right? Let's read the next one. Use reciprocal pronouns when two or more people give and receive the same action or have the same relationship. Mary and I have the same challenges. We help each other. I help Mary and Mary helps me. Tom and his sister email one another about the news. Each person email the other person. Okay, this is a very important pronoun. I want you to pay really close attention to it. It says pronouns when two or more people receive the same action or have the same relationship. Okay, so don't forget, I help Mary and Mary helps me. That's how we use each other. Now let's see, Anderson wanted to read. So Anderson, can you help me with letter G, please?
You can use one to replace a singular noun. Use once to replace a plural noun. I need an exercise class. That one looks good. A. The white running shoes are nice. B. I like the black ones.
Excellent. Thank you, Anderson. So we use one to replace a singular noun and once for plural. Okay, just remember that we are replacing nouns. Instead of one shoe, we can instead of shoe that is one is singular, we can say the nice one. Okay, but two or more, the nice ones, because that is plural, and we are replacing the noun. Each other is about 4 times more frequent than one another. Just remember that. That is important. Each other is more frequent, 4 times more frequent than one another. So you have to be careful where you use it, because if you want to show frequency, a higher frequency of times, then you're going to use each other. Okay, less frequency of times, one another. Okay, let's see. Here we have an extra information about reciprocal pronouns. It says reciprocal pronouns: myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. Remember that the last ones are plurals. Don't forget. How about the reflexive pronouns? Okay, each other, one another, two people, or three or more people. Okay, we can also remember reflexive pronouns. Okay, these are um, each other, and we have also myself, yourself. These are the reflexive, and the reciprocals are each other and one another. Okay, let's just switch from the chart. It says we use each other and one another to show that each person in a group of two or more people does something to others. Okay, we are doing this to other people and to ourselves. Don't forget that. Let's continue. Here we have a very easy example. I just want you to have a look at it. This is a combination, so we can have a better understanding of how to use these pronouns. If you have a look at this example, we have here a combination. It says, while I, here we have a subject pronoun, was studying for my test, We have here possessive. I received your message and we started texting each other. Okay, we started texting us. No, we started texting them. That is not what they are. The message is, right? We are doing this action to each other because of a meme he sent to the group. The boys started to fight with one another. Okay, remember that each other is 4 times more frequently than one another. Okay, there's more frequency. Let's see, here we have another one. I want someone to read this example. This is a joke, and I want you to read it so you can understand it. This is a really nice joke, and we are going to read it with someone who wants to read. Let me see, a volunteer, or I can choose someone. Let's see. Arielita Granados, could you help me reading the joke? Pay attention to this joke. It's a nice one.
A woman gets on a bus with her baby. The driver says, "Ugh, that's the ugliest baby I ever seen." The woman walks to the back of the bus and sits down. She says to the man next to her, "The driver just insulted me." The man says, "You go up there and tell him off. Go on. I'd hold your monkey for you."
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, this is a very easy, simple joke. But what we have to concentrate on is the use of pronouns, okay? Her, I, she, her, me, you, him, I, your, and you. Okay, so we have here more combinations of um, the use of pronouns. Let's continue. Okay, we have an exercise, and here you can write on the chat the answers if you know them. Let's see. We helped blank to some Coke at the party. Do we have an idea of the pronoun that we're going to use? Let me just help you with number one. Maybe this is so you can get the idea of this whole story. Okay, let's see. Let's see. We helped ourselves to some Coke at the party. Emma, did you take the photo by? Excellent, Miss Avila. Very good job. Fast answer. Emma, did you take the photo by yourself? Very good, Florcita and Andrea. Very good. And Miss Canizales. Excuse blank. Very good. Avila, Ariana, Genesis. Very good. Excellent. Let's see. Excuse me. Can blank ask a question? Excellent. Very good. Here we have more answers. Very good job. Excuse me, can I ask a question? Blank can ride blank skateboards. Very good, Ariana. Mr. Reyes, Andrea, excellent. Thank you for both answers at the same time. Very good, Avila. They can ride their skateboards. Very good, Ariana Chinchilla. Very good. Okay. Blank is blank friend. Excellent, Guerra, Reyes, Chinchilla, Florcita, Avila, Vargas, Granados. Very good. He is his friend. This is not blank jacket. Blank was blue. Very good, Avila. Moniquita, Cynthia, Kara, Reyes. Very good. This is not my jacket. Mine was blue. Excellent. Perfect job. Very good. Pronouns understood. Excellent. Very good job, sweeties. Okay, let's now move to direct and indirect object. And I'm going to read the first two rules. It says the direct object is the person or thing that receives the action of the verb. Let's remember that we have to ask the question, what? Remember that? Direct object, we ask the question, what? Because it is referred to a thing or an action most of the time. So it says the teacher gave the student a test. What did the teacher give? You have to identify the verb first and then the question. You use the verb inside the question. What did the teacher give? A test. This is direct object. Indirect object is the person or thing that receives the direct object. And the question that we are going to use is who or whom. The teacher gave the student the test. We identified the verb that is gave and we can ask the question. To whom did the teacher give a test? To the student. Here it is, the student. So that is I-O. Okay, that is, those are like the bases. Let's see C because it's short one, and no, someone help me with C. I think it would be preferably if someone helps me with C. Do we have volunteer, or let me see if I can choose someone. Let me see. Oh, Florcita, thank you, Flor. Okay, let's read letter C, Flor.
You can use indirect object plus direct object. You can also use direct object plus preposition plus indirect object. These sentences have the same meaning. Do not use to and for which indirect object plus direct object.
Okay, the examples?
The teacher gave the students a test. The teacher gave a students to a test. The teacher gave to the students a test.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, as we can see here, it says that you can use indirect object plus direct object. Also, it can be switched. We can change and have the direct object first and the indirect afterwards. Okay, so they could be in different places. We can change places. And it's okay. It depends on the sentence that you want to explain. Let me see letter D. The pronouns for indirect objects are me, you, him, her, it, us, and them. You can replace both the direct and the indirect objects with pronouns when you use direct object, preposition, and indirect object. Okay, here we have it. Look, the teacher gave her a test. So instead of having a noun, the teacher gave Liliana a test. So instead of Liliana, we can change it for a pronoun. Okay, we can use a pronoun. And we can change Liliana for her. And still, it will represent the indirect object. The teacher gave her a test. To whom did the teacher give a test? To her. So it remains indirect object. Okay, that is what the rule is trying to say, that you can use pronouns in your indirect object. And also you can do it in the direct object. You have it here. The teacher gave it to her. Remember that the pronoun it refers to animals and things. So instead of saying the teacher gave the book to her, we can use and replace the book for it. And we use the pronoun it, and it still remains the same direct object. Okay, it is the same thing. Let's see now. Let's then have a look here at another example. 3 friends stranded on a desert island. Find a magic lamp. Inside, it is a genie who agrees to grant each friend one wish. Okay, here we have another kind of joke. So this one is good. I want to go home, says the first friend. The genie grants her wish. I want to go home too, says the second friend. And the genie sends her back home. I'm lonely, said the third friend. I sure wish my friends were back here. Okay, that was really like a very honest and fun joke. But let's try to find the direct object and indirect object in our joke. Here we have in different color that is structures, right, that we're looking at so we can identify them better. Number one, find a magic lamp. Here it says that it is direct object. Why? Because if we ask the question, different stranded, what did they find? These friends, what did they find? A magic lamp. So that is direct object. Okay, then the second one, grant each friend one wish. We have indirect object and direct object. What did he grant? A wish. To whom? To each friend. So we have here indirect object and direct object as well. As you can see, we can have them really close in the same phrase, in the same part of the sentence. Okay, and it is okay. The genie grants her wish. The genie grants her wish. We have indirect object and direct object. Okay, we have both. What did the genie grant? Grant her a wish, direct object. To whom? To her, indirect object. Right? Then we have sends her, that is I owe, and wish my friends, it's also I owe. To whom did he wish for? For whom did he wish for? For his friends. And we have I owe. Okay, direct and indirect object. Okay, let's see the exercise. Let me see who can help me here. Let's see the chat. Let's complete our exercise then. He played soccer. You have to tell me if it's direct or indirect object. He played soccer with his friends yesterday. Direct or indirect object? What do you think? Excellent, Miss Avila. Very good job. She was really ready. Very good, Danielita Mejia Flor, Fernando, and yes, oh yes, we have answer from Ariela as well. Okay, let's check. I-O or D-O? Excellent, yes, direct object. Those who send the answer of direct object, that is the correct one. Let's see, I wish you happiness. Is it direct object or indirect object? Okay, Ariana says I-O. Let's see if we all have the same opinion. Miss, okay. I-O, direct object, I-O, direct object, I-O, direct object. Okay, we have different opinions. Let's have a look. Number two, those who answer direct object, excellent. Remember that most of the time, not 100%, but most of the time, if it refers to a thing, a feeling, an animal, it has to be direct object. But when we refer to a person, a group of people, immediately you know that it is indirect object because the answer will be who or whom. So if those are the questions that we are going to use, we are referring to people. Let's see, I always lend him money. Very good, Manichita. Indirect object. Indirect object says Anderson. Indirect object Avila. Granados indirect. Vargas indirect. Mejia and Fernando was indirect. Excellent. Well done. Now you understood, right? Now you got it after that tip. Remember that is not 100% always, not all the time, but most of the time. Show me your photo album. Okay, D-O, D-O, D-O. Let's see. Very good job, D-O. Excellent, people. Will you give me the book? Me the book. Okay, let's see. Excellent. We have indirect object and direct object. Excellent, Hueso. Very good, Flor. Danielita Mejia and Granados Anderson. Very good. The teacher gave us a lot of homework. I-O, I-O, I-O. Well done. This is I-O. Excellent. Okay, and finally, we are going to have a look at present perfect. Okay, we have the subjects. We are going to use have and has, plus the past participle of the verb, and the complement. Okay, we have our contractions. I have is I've, you have you've, we have we've, they have they've. You can see that he, she, eat, we add s. So we don't use have, we use has because we add s. And the verb must be in past participle. Let me see. Questions and short answers. How do we use questions? How do we make questions? We are going to move have and has to the beginning of the sentence. Okay? And once the auxiliary is at the beginning, the rest remains the same. Have I found new medicines? Remember, past participle. That's present perfect. Okay, present of have and has, and perfect represents the past participle of the verb. That is what present perfect means. Present of have, and perfect is the past participle of the verb. Short answer, yes, I have. No, I haven't. Yes, it has, or no, it hasn't. Remember that the has that has the s will only work with he, she, it, because third person, we add s. And we added s to have, and we have right now has. Okay, here we have information questions where we add. Here we are adding WH words, okay? Where, why, what, how, and how often. These are our WH questions. Then the rest of the formula stays the same as we just saw in the last uh, chart. We have the auxiliary at the beginning, subject, and past participle. Where have I traveled? You have traveled around the world. Why have you gone to the Amazon? Gone is the past participle of go. Remember, past participle of go, gone. Why have you gone to the Amazon? I have gone to look for medicine. What have we discovered? We have discovered chemicals in plants. How have they studied life under the sea? They've studied it in submarines. How often has he, she, or it traveled in a submarine? His traveled. This is not this his is not he is. Be careful, don't get confused. This is he has. Okay, he has traveled in a submarine many times. This is the contraction of he has. Okay, here is also who has been to Africa. Dr. Smith has been to Africa. Been is past participle of the verb to be. Don't forget that. Just to remind you, I want to show you here a chart with the tenses of the verb. We have present tense, the ones in blue are past tense, and the ones in green are past participles. So we have some examples. We have here break, broke, broken. The ones that we are going to use are the ones in green. Okay, broken. Build, built, built. Meet, met, met. The ones that we need in the present perfect are the ones in green. Okay, you can have a quick look to this chart before the evaluation. And you can have a look at more verbs in past participles before the evaluation so you can remember them and you can use them. Run, ran, run, right? Say, said, said, see, saw, seen. Okay, here we have the three tenses, examples that we can remember. Present perfect can also be used with ing form. Yes, it can also be used with ing form and be transformed into present perfect continuous. But I just want you to have a look here at the present perfect. Has been, I've been, that remember that I told you that been is the past participle of the verb to be. Since the coronavirus outbreak, my 16-year-old son has been washing his hands a lot. In fact, he said, I've been washing my hands so much. I found the answer to an old 8th grade math quiz. Okay, fun. This is really fun. I've been, present perfect. Don't forget of the verb to be. Okay, let's do this exercise really fast. Tell me here on the chat, right? So we can solve it together. You kept a pet for 3 years. Let me give you number one so you can have an idea of what we need to do. We are only adding have and changing the verb into past participle. You have kept a pet for 3 years. Number two, you eat Thai food before? This is a question. Present perfect using a question using present perfect. Excellent, Grecia. Have you eaten? Very good, Monica and Weso and Avila and Ariana. Excellent. But remember, we don't put the subject at the beginning, only the auxiliary. Very good, Vargas. Have you eaten Thai food before? What we do is that we move our auxiliary to the beginning. Then we have number three. Has it rained all day? Let's see number four. Who we forget to invite? Let's do number four. Another question. Now we are using WH questions. What do you think is number four? Who we forget to invite? Okay, excellent. Yes. Who have we forgotten to invite? Very good, Monica Garcia. Excellent. Here we go. Very good job. And the last one, we not hear that song already. Okay, the last one, here it is. Haven't we heard that song already? Here we are using the negative, haven't, because we say not. So we are going to use haven't at the beginning because it is a negative. Here they are saying that we need to add not. Okay, excellent, very good job. Okay, now after practicing our present perfect, I only want to remind you that it is important to memorize and have very clear the past participle of the verbs. Because if you don't know the past participle of the verbs, you are not going to be able to write down sentences nor questions in present perfect. So you have to at least review a little bit about those verbs before your evaluation. Okay, thank you very much for your time, sweeties, and your great participation. Here we are back. I'm going to allow you to turn on your microphones if you want. And I know that your evaluation will be excellent, that you will have a fabulous result. Just remember everything that we saw today and study a little bit more past participles. Bye, Fernandito. God bless you, sweetie. Bye, bye, sweeties. Bye, Forcita. Bye, excellent. Bye, mis amores. Nos vemos en la próxima clase. I love you, sweetie. Good luck y que Dios esté con ustedes en su evaluación como está siempre. Siempre está con ustedes. Y el Señor me les va a ayudar mucho en su evaluación. Ok, solo repásenme un poquito más. Bye, amores. Love you. Bye, sweeties. Señor me los bendiga. Bye, Anderson. Bye, sweeties. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye. Love you. Bye. Oh, yes. Bye, bye, bye.